Welcome back to the Half Marathon Prepped. This is week 8, episode 9. I guess this is kind of like the halfway point. I don't know if I'm ready knowing that this is the halfway point, but Garrison has faith in me, so I guess that's what really matters. Again, Monday, Wednesday, Friday were strength training days. Half the time I forget to start my Garmin until I'm at the gym, or I just don't start it at all. So a lot of times when I start my Garmin do strength training days, it looks like I only did 30 minutes or I didn't do it at all. But I just need to do a better job of starting my Garmin whenever I go to the gym. But again, I do full body days. I'll try to bring the small camera some and get some more of that maybe this upcoming week, but this upcoming week's probably gonna be a different kind of training cadence for me than normal. Tuesday did 7 miles at a 9:16 pace.
We can get through a whole week without having any problems this week.
Yeah. It's cold today though.
It is very chilly.
Yeah, it's starting to warm up a little bit. My hands aren't numb. Do you ever want to lose all self-confidence? Just watch yourself run. You're like, what the heck? What is that?
That's why they make 1.5 speed.
Yeah.
So you make it look like you're going faster.
I'm gonna watch the sunrise. Walk back to that.
Beautiful. 7 miles done.
9:16 pace, 147 heart rate. Just behind my knee is tight, so maybe if I stretch, foam roll it.
Cold plunge might help.
Yeah, well, cold plunge definitely helps. Every time I cold plunge, it definitely feels better afterwards. So staying injury free is the hardest thing.
That is the hardest thing.
I feel like all other sports, people stay pretty injury free, but running really is just terrible for your body.
Yeah, I actually saw this thing the other day that said that running was the most injury sport out of any other sport.
I was just feeling like there's something wrong with my ankle, so I decided to skip out on running on Thursday, and I just did 1 hour on the erg bike, did 15.8 miles with an average heart rate of a 142. And then later in the day on Thursday, I went and saw my buddy Adam Paget up at Gulf Coast State College. He's the head of the PT program there.
So is this just for ankle in general, or?
Yeah, so I'm just kind of supporting, basically when you invert, you move it inward. I'm just kind of basically making a stirrup, right? Just kind of see if a little bit more support would be, will kind of help unload that painful area. I'm gonna go ahead and put a piece on your Achilles, just kind of what we're looking for when it comes to pain. If you can unload just a small percentage, a lot of time that's enough to kind of get you over that hump. Tape doesn't, I always say it doesn't cure anybody, it just unloads some of the soft tissues ever so slightly, and that'll help a lot too.
I think that we have tibial posterior tendinopathy. Essentially, it is tendinitis of the tibial tendon. I guess I don't know if there's an anterior and a posterior, but it's the posterior one. So long story short, a lot of this just has to do with, 1, the volume of running I'm doing, and 2, that I'm a heavier guy running this amount. Most marathon runners are about 160 pounds, soaking wet. We're not. And so it just puts a lot more strain on our joints and muscles to move this heavy body as far. I'm kind of dealing with that. That didn't stop me from running Saturday though.
I am about to go meet Brad. Brad is kind of having some Achilles issues, calf issues still, so we weren't able to run on Thursday. We might need to try a new shoe. So, gonna deliver these things to Brad this morning. Package is secure so far. Only dropped it one time.
When I was a kid, I remember people be like, oh, you gotta break in your shoes. Runners don't break in shoes. They buy shoes and they're like, all right, let's go run 15 miles.
Do we need to run to my sister's house and get a plastic bag for the camera?
I think we'll be okay.
We got too much to film. Can't be ruining our gear. So, gonna bag them up.
Finished 11 miles, 9:20 pace, had an average heart rate of 150. My ankle, I don't think it's too bad, but it's not great. So, maybe since I'm gonna be in Atlanta on Monday and Tuesday, maybe I'll take that time off and bike or just kind of do some walking and things like that, because I know I'll get a ton of steps at the expo, and then be back on it on Thursday. So, but we made it. We made it through the week.
And then Sunday, I did my ritual 1 hour on the erg bike. So with everything I'm dealing with this week with my ankle and all that stuff, I think that I'm going to forego running this entire week because next week on Monday we'll be in Austin and we're going to run Ladyburg Lake. So I kind of want to like rest my ankle up and like make sure that I can do that 10-mile run. So this week I plan on just doing the erg bike every day for an hour or an hour and a half. Not looking forward to that. An hour is brutal in my opinion. My butt hurts. It's boring. I don't like doing it. So an hour and a half is going to be 50% more sucky. So that's kind of my plan. Monday and Tuesday of the next week you're watching, I guess, week 9, episode 10, I'll be in Atlanta. So I don't leave till Monday morning. So I plan on doing the erg bike that morning before we leave. Tuesday, I'll probably do a strength training day. And then Wednesday, I may do another erg bike. Thursday, strength training. Friday, erg bike. Saturday and Sunday, erg bike, just to get like extra cardio in because I got enough muscle and it ain't going nowhere. So that's kind of it. I hope that you have gained some knowledge about, having to like work around injuries through this whole process. I did talk to my friend and he's like, runners are the most injured people out there. So I'm learning that firsthand. And I think a lot of it is just like, how do you continue to work on your aerobic base while making sure that you can kind of rehab through these injuries or like not make them worse. So for me, it's going to be a lot of time on the erg bike, just kind of making sure that I can get my cardio side of things in and then, working around that for my ankle. So I have a friend, Tommy Martin, who said that he ran a marathon in like sub 250, I think it was, and he only ran 38 miles a week and he spent a lot of time on the bike. So I'm hopeful that the bike will be a really good for me just to build that aerobic base and keep some of the stress of the running off of my joints. You're worth it.